Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to share with you one of the biggest secrets that separates beginners from strong players. Strong players don't magically see the best move. They simply know how to look for it. And by the end of this video, you will have a simple method that can improve your decision making immediately. So let's start our first example. Are you ready? So I'm going to show you some of my students' example. Most of them, they have the ratings between 1000 to 1600 rating. So these positions are taken from their games. So I put for you like the important part of the games. Hope we will have some good learning stuff here. So now this position, it's white to play. You can pause the video and think, what would you play here? Just take a few seconds, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So like what you will do here, many beginners immediately they want to play attacking move, like maybe they will try to push the pawn, or maybe they want to give a check. Okay, of course, here check is not possible, but strong players, they will all the time ask one question first. So what are my candidate moves? This is the basic question you have to all the time ask yourself. Usually, we should look for checks, captures, threats, and improving moves. So, in this position, let's say white has for example, three candidate moves. For example, move A, we can say, for example, for E5. Move 2 can be, for example, F4. Move 3 can be, for example, Rook B1. Even we can conclude some any other moves also, for example move number 4 also. So which one you will choose here? This is the mistake, like most of the players, when they see the first move they are playing the first move immediately. They are not going to see the second move, they are not going to find the new move. So for example, my student here, he chose the rook b1 move. The idea is so simple. He wants to attack the b7 pawn and just like taking a free pawn. But if you're looking at the position and if you're going to search some new candidate moves, you will notice that this knight is hanging here and this knight is actually doing a very, very important job here. So in this position, actually knight is defending the rook. We need to attack the knight and not letting the black to do the castling. So in the opening, the first important thing for us is not letting the opponent to complete his development. So by knowing this, maybe you will have the option of e5, you will have the option of f4 or rook b1, but you have to see the idea, what my opponent wants to do. Then you will notice here, oh, I have an interesting option like bishop b5 too. What is the idea of this move? By bishop b5, you are attacking the knight, actually pinning the knight. At the same time, you are attacking the rook also. So how he want to defend the position? If he makes a castling, then you can simply take the knight. So maybe the best, even he cannot bring the queen here just to defend the knight, because we can just simply capture the knight here. And if we capture back with the queen, then we can just simply take the rook and the game is all over. So for example here, what can be a best move for black? I think black best move should be rook d8. But even though after this move also, you can see that black cannot make castling either, because already this knight is pinned. So what I'm telling to my all students, make your position perfect and then you can get the free pawns. So you can see now the same pawn you wanted to take it with rook b1, it's obviously in your hands now. No need for rook b1 also. Even though you can take the c5 pawn either, because this pawn is also hanging here. So I can take the b7 pawn easily without letting my opponent to do anything. But what I'm going to suggest for you, don't just make this decision with the first move. You can just search for another candidate moves. If you search for another candidate moves, you will see a very, very strong move here. And it's actually a killer one. Moving the pawn to e5, using the pin. So I'm attacking the queen. So queen cannot take the pawn because I will capture it. It's a free queen. So what is the move for black here? If black moves his queen, for example, to b6, now it's an easy win for us. We can take it, pawn take, and then we can just push the pawn. And now after pawn take, you can see this knight is pinned and he's going to lose the piece. So our first lesson, the first move you see is often not the best move. Search for new candidate moves. For sure, you will find the best moves. Let's go for a new example. Okay. All these examples are coming from my students' games. Look at to the position. This is maybe a little harder. Again, it's white to move. Again, you can post the video and you can calculate. What are the candidate moves here for white? So I want you to actually say them out a little louder. Maybe you can say, for example, I can take the bishop, I can take the pawn, I can take this pawn also. So many winning moves here, or like knight f5, I don't know. Let's start calculating, like, for example, what will happen. If I take the bishop, okay, for sure he can take back. If I take the pawn, he will take with the bishop, and just simply position will be, of course white is better, but I don't know really, like, okay, it's completely winning position, we cannot say anything about this position. So but this is where the strong players are different, like they often choose quiet moves. This is the beauty of the chess. You have a lot of options to take, but sometimes you have to stop yourself, asking yourself, like, what if I make a like quiet move and keep my threats like alive, not making them happen, so the opponent, like the position will becomes more painful to defend. So among all these options I told you, all the candidate moves, white has a very nice brilliant move in this position. Bishop to c5. Why this quiet move is brilliant? Actually, first of all, it's improving the position, and there is actually no tactics, no sacrifice, just improving the piece. So maybe some other players never even consider it because it's looking like only like a normal move. And so many players, they will look for flashy moves. But look at this beautiful move. What this move is doing actually. I'm threatening knight f5 check. I'm threatening knight b5 check. What you want to do now? For example, if you take the c6, I will give you double check. And after king e8, knight takes g7, checkmate. This is the beautiful part of the position. You can see now. What else he can do? Really, I'm not also finding any move in this position for like black. What he can do? Nothing. So what happened in my student game? He just simply blundered. He played knight f5 check, and the opponent took this. Actually, okay, he won the game because white is winning with like 100 ways. But okay, we want to just go through to become a perfect player. We want to like improve ourselves by making a good decisions and making our mistakes less than before. So like we can make a rule number one: never play the first move you see. Always you can find at least 3 candidate moves, and this simple habit can easily gain you 100 to 200 rating points. So remember this one. So are you ready for the next example? Let's go. Another game. This position is like my favorite one. It's also coming from our students game. White, okay, here after white made a castling, now it's black to play. You can just pause the video also and ask yourself what I have to do. Most of the students immediately they will say, oh, okay, let's capture the pawn. So looks free, right? Absolutely wrong, because If you take the pawn, all the white pieces will become more active, and actually you are like using your knight for the third time. Maybe knight was maybe on g8, came to f6, and just came to e4. Yeah, maybe fourth time. So like you're losing a lot of important tempo in the game, and it's going to cost us a lot of things. So here, like instead of this, you can aim for simple moves like making a d5 move, controlling the center, and now you are attacking the bishop, and now you're ready for making a castling. This castling is very important for us. Even though this position I like castling too, but I'm not suggesting because of the d5 move, because white can now get controls the center. So we can aim for just simple d5, and now after moving the bishop back, then we can go even, you see, I'm not even seeing the c3 pawn. It's free, of course, but I don't want to take it. So I will make just simple castling, and now the game is very easy for me. But what happened in my student's game? So instead of d5, he just captured the c3 pawn. So many good moves are here, but just white did queen e1 check, and now this knight is lost. So we cannot just defend the knight here. There is even no tactics in the game. So the first move we saw here also, it's the same. It's not the best move. So we can make a rule number 2. All the time ask, what does my opponent want to do? This is the question strong players asking before every move. Okay, we made then rule number 2. Now let's go for new example. Look at this position. Okay, white made knight f3 move, and now it's a black turn. So what do you think that black has to do here? Looking very simple, but I'm going to show you some common mistakes. So the players cannot control themselves, and they are making these kind of mistakes in their games. So here black is just thinking for attacking move. But remember, all the time your king is in the center. You didn't develop your pieces. So why you have to go for attacking? With the undeveloped pieces, where you want to go? It's not possible for sure. We cannot get anything. So for what black did here? Black did knight to e4. So what is the idea? Maybe he wants to attack f2, or he wants to go for bishop b4 check, but I don't like it at all. So all the time you have to ask yourself what the opponent wants to do. So strong players, first of all, they are checking so many things. For example, am I in a danger in the position, or is my opponent threatening something? If you're just looking at the position, you will find that, oh, the opponent is just trying to put the knight in e5. After this knight e5 move, my knight is pinned and queen is not in a good position, so I will be in a little trouble in the position. How I'm going to defend against this threat? Only then they think about their own plans. So if you see like this, next move will becomes easy for you. You will never need to like think for more moves. Like you will only consider few options, and for sure that few options will be the best ones. So for example, here the best move can be bishop d6. I can control the e5 square and nothing can happen to us. So what happened in the game? Black just played knight e4. After knight e5, queen e7. It's all over. Knight c6, pawn c6, bishop c6, king d8, take the rook. But our student was very lucky. I will show you what happened. He did the check here, and now a lot of moves are winning for white. Of course, maybe I will choose king f1. It's a very easy move because white is rook up and he can win the game. But normally, again, now this time white is making the mistake. He did the c3 move after queen takes b2. He will do here. So many players are like this, and I don't really understand. So now the f2 pawn is hanging, c3 pawn is also hanging. What I will do here for sure, I will look at only my king. So how can I make my king safe? So I will just see only the castling move because after castling, my f2 pawn also will be protected. So I'm completely winning here. Rook up. It's too much. But what's happening here? White did bishop g3, thinking that now he's defending the f2. Now he has a good position. But after knight takes c3, now white is in a big trouble. So he needs to defend so many things. He needs to defend the queen, rook, and more importantly, e2 square. And he didn't find the best move. He played queen c1, and now queen e2 checkmate happened in the game. So we can now make a rule number 3. Before every move, we have to ask, what are my candidate moves? What does my opponent want to do? And which move improves my position the most? That's it. 3 simple questions we can ask, and like after that we can just go through the our candidate moves. Let's go for the next example. This one is maybe little becomes more tricky. Here it's black to play. Again, you can pause the video and you can ask yourself, what is the best move to do with black? Most of the people, they will choose the active continuations here. For example, taking the bishop or taking this knight. All of them is coming very, very active continuation, and they are looking all natural. But the strong players, they will notice something. For example, like if my piece is like placed badly, or is this trade is good for me? Do I have to trade this? Is the opponent is threatening something? So here, just looking at the position, you will find out like he's attacking my bishop. And after, if he takes my bishop, he's going to take my rook also here. So here, but by just simply seeing the like candidate moves, you will find that we have to watch out. We have bishop f3 candidate move, bishop e3 candidate, but which one is good? Yeah, just simply we can take this bishop, and after he take with the rook, even we can take the pawn also. I'm not saying that taking the free pawns are bad, but take it in the right moment. But what happened in the game? Black just captured the f3 knight, thinking that he's destroying white's pawn center, like pawn structure. What white can do if he takes this, of course, we are right in the position. Now black has a very, very good position. But what's happening? White has an intermediate move. Instead of taking the f3, he can capture the c5 bishop, and look at the position now. Okay, my rook is hanging. What should I do now? If I move my bishop, I will lose my rook. If I move my rook, I will lose my bishop. So better for me to lose the like exchange here, for example, to move the bishop, and then like, okay, we are losing a material for sure. So we can see even in this position, like finding a simple candidate moves can solve all the problems for black, but black couldn't find this one. Okay, let's go for the next example. Look at to this position. Let me have a good test for you. So here in this position, it's white to play. Do the same thing. Find the 3 candidate moves here. You can pause the video and find it. Just saying that, okay, like which one is candidate move, and 3 candidate moves I want you to find. For example, you can say number 1 is bishop b7, attacking, making a double attack. Number 2 can be like defending this pawn. Or number 3 can be, for example, attacking this knight. So all of them can happen here. Which one is best? The answer is actually depends on if you are going to see the first move, you are going to continue or no. Or you are going to only say, I found the first move and that's it. No, we are not going to do that anymore. What we are going to do, if you go here, bishop e7, just simply look at the position. You will find out, oh, he can play rook to c8. And instead of just losing the knight, he is attacking my knight too. If I take his knight, he can take my knight too. I attacked his knight, he's attacking mine. So simple, very, very simple. If I'm going to defend, so what is the point that, okay, because in the previous move, white lost this a3 pawn. What is the point that I lost this a3 pawn? By simple looking at to the position, you will find, oh, of course I can play rook a1 and just making a skewer idea here to this double knights here, unprotected pieces. So none of this knight cannot move. Of course, maybe he has to take the pawn, then we can just simply take this a6 knight, and this is simply over. So after all this one, we can have our secret formula. Like before every move, we have to like look for checks, captures, and threats. Second one, finding at least 3 candidate moves. This is already we discussed already. And now number 3, asking what is our opponent wants to do in the position. And number 4, choosing the move that improves our position the most. So all these options we have to consider as a key points, and you can just go through the moves and make the best decision. Okay, are you ready for the final challenge? Let's go. This one should be a little tough for you. This is the last position white to play. You can pause the video. Actually, this happened also in my student game. Use the same method. Find the 3 candidate moves. Think about the opponent idea, which move we have to choose. This time, don't worry. If you don't find the best move, the goal is not perfection. The goal is building a thinking process, because chess isn't about finding a brilliant moves every game. I'm not either finding the best moves every time. Chess is about making a good decisions consistently. And this method will help you to do exactly the same. So look at this position. Maybe in this position, you will find candidate moves like knight a4, aiming for b6 square. Maybe you will take the b8 knight. I don't know. Maybe you will try to open up the center. This is a number 3. But if you little deeply looking at the position, you will notice all of these ideas are very good, because already black is in a very passive position and he cannot do anything. But if you little looking at to the position little deeply, you will notice a very, very nice idea with improving maneuver. And actually, this move is going to like put a lot of problems for black. Knight to h4. What is the idea? You can see black is in a trouble, so we need to find a way to attack the black king. With making a this move, you're opening up the queen, comes to h5, and already this knight is also making a plan to go to g6. So what is it there? I'm making a very nice move here and finding a way to attack. But remember, I am completely okay with making a d5 move also. I'm not saying, but finding a this move is little hard. Like it's a very like a strong player's move. I can say like this, and improving our pieces too. So what black did here? Black played a5. You see the black position is very, very bad. Actually, I maybe suggest moves like h5 for him, but this is also too much. After making a5, white did check, and now after g6, okay, maybe king d8 is a forced move, but even that one I don't like it. Very, very bad position. So after g6, knight take, queen take, and then queen takes f6. The position is totally lost. So this was our final example, like showing that how we have to make the decisions in chess. We came to our final part of our this video. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments like which examples was your favorite one for sure, and how many of the positions did you solve correctly. So don't forget to subscribe, because next time we will continue our series like Think Like a Strong Player. So this was for the 1000 to 1600 players. We will have the new episodes in our next videos. And like all the time, just don't forget this. Asking yourself if you want to improve, if you want to make a good decisions, ask yourself the most important questions. Our secret formula so you can find the best moves in chess. Thank you for watching us. I will see you in the next videos. Bye bye.